Hey, what's up, guys? It's funny about the plot, but I've already ruined this podcast. All right, guys, see you later. Now, welcome to the Funny by the Fireplace. You know how it is. It's your boy Joe Gay, aka Sexual Chocolates, aka your boy Redo the Pedo. What's up, guys? So, you may notice that I'm alone today because these cocks decided to abandon me. So, yeah, it's just me. No, don't click away. Don't click away. Don't click away. I promise. I promise it'll be good. All right. Gee whiz. Oy vey. All right. So, first a little update. Wow, 45 seconds in and you're already. Oh, gosh, shut up. Okay. So, yeah, it's a slow season this time around with Funny by Default. So yeah, Devon, aka Big Black, is upstate studying. Miguel's NYU. He's got school. I got school. Brooklyn College. You know how it is. It's a really bad college. I never thought I would like legitimately hate a school, but it's pretty bad. More on that later, maybe. I banned Brian from the podcast, and Kevin's dead. Kevin's dead. I hit him with a brick. He annoyed me. I went straight to his house, hit him with a brick. It was inevitable. Okay. Yeah, I probably sound a little low, but because I got sick. So I got sick of, like, what we've been doing up until now is we've been using, like, this mic that I borrowed off of someone. Been, like, planting it in the middle of a table and then just having everyone talk around it. If you guys know anything about audio engineering, it's probably the worst thing. You're probably like, oh no, those sounds are getting all cluttered into single channel. Yeah, I know. So, as soon as I get my moonies, I'm gonna go invest in a mixer. So, yeah, and some mics. We desperately need some mics. I'm sick of because what I do is I edit these things. What I do is I'll use this and I'll record it for like an hour and 20 minutes, and then I'll go through it. And because we're using one single like microphone, all the lines are like muddied up together. So. And then we have people like Miguel who speaks really low, and like me, I sound like a dying whale. So I have to I have to listen to it, isolate everyone's voices, and then I have to like individually raise or lower the volume. And this is like after I compress it and like do the noise removal because we live in New York. It's the worst place for this. So that would take me up to like I want to say like 5 to 10 hours of like nonstop. I know for a fact I'll be editing for like 2 hours and I'm only like 15 minutes in, because I gotta keep going back. And it's like, this is not like equalized. And my OCD starts taking over. So yeah, I'm sick of that. So sick of it, in fact, that I'm spending like hundreds of dollars on this mixer. It's an X-Air, sorry. It's an XR12 X-Air bet for like Behringer. It's like pretty much digital. It's the sickest thing ever. I like work with it, and like I cream my pants every time I use it. So I'm like, I need to get me one of those, and that's probably like for an XR12 is like 250. Mics probably get some cheapo $20-$30 mics. We're gonna go buy like 3 of them. For something we're doing in the summer. Hopefully, stay tuned. We might have some guest stars. I don't know. Yeah, so, yeah, Kevin's dead. Bryant is banned. Yeah, banned Bryant. He was really getting obnoxious. He's like, I don't know, man. I said some stupid stuff. Let me just go back and edit it. Like, no, Bryant, I worked on this for 15 hours. No, I'm just gonna like muddy up your work. Make your attempts in vain. All that hard work you put into it down the toilet. It's chill, bro. That's my impression of Brian. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. So you're gonna see like a slow, if anyone's really listening like constantly, or like, consistently, you're gonna notice, it's every time it's so weird. I don't know, it's like the quality, there was no quality, but like the quantity, the only nice thing is gone. Oh, what do I do? Yeah, we'll be back. Once I get that mixture though, it's gonna be fire. Everyone's gonna have their own channels. I can lower and like raise everyone's mics individually. Loads of effects as well. Uh, if I'm using Audacity right now, so like I can't. If I wanted to put effects, I'd probably have to pause it, put on like reverb or something, and then like go back, which is gay. And like you know, and we'll have a gay old time, kind of gay. Um, yeah. So I wanted to like, since the boys are gone, I was working. So like, alright, so like, check it. I work with. I think I mentioned this in the first podcast. Right now I do part time at a boxing gym. One of my many jobs is normally to handle flyers. That's like the main. Actually, that's like the main job. Trying to get people in there. So I'll like go out and give out flyers, and I have seen, and it's probably because I'm living in New York, but I have seen the most ridiculous people, and I've been saving this just in case, like an emergency, like if I have to do a podcast alone, because I probably will, and I am right now, because we're really busy. But yeah, so like, and I'm gonna go from like the light stuff, like I think one time I was sending out flyers, and this dude was like, he had his arm around his chick, which is like all nice and dandy, but he was like tickling her face. I'm not sure how to describe it. So his arms are over her shoulders, and they were walking and talking, but like he had his hands just like running all across her face. Like he just needed to like feel every like fiber in her cheek. And I was like, oh gosh, oh jeez, have mercy. Dude, and that's like calm. I mean, that same day there was this schizophrenic guy but he's cool. He hangs around every once in a while. He like actually helps because he like starts yelling at people and he gets them scared, and then they come to me. I'm like, hey, I got self-defense classes, don't be afraid of that, punk. So it does help. It does help. Let me see some other ones. And one time this dude came up to me asking me, he was like, hey man, listen to my story, man. Listen. And I was like, yo, so I got this job interview, right? I really need this, man. I just escaped the 12, or whatever. It's like, what do you want? He's like, well, okay, here's the thing. I need your pee. And I was like, what? He's like, nah, man, I need you to pee in this cup for me, right? Cause like I did some weed last week, right? And weed like stays in the system for like a year, so or it's detectable or something like that. So he's like, yeah, they're gonna like. If I have any drugs in me, I'm not going to be able to get this job. I'm like, well, don't do drugs, you freaking idiot. And I was in the middle of a shift. So I was like, dude, and I literally just peed. I was like, sorry, man. Gee whiz, man. I just unloaded my tank like an hour, like a whatever ago. And he's like, man, you sure? I'm like, I can't even if I wanted to, I can't help you. And he's like, dang, and like just casually strolled off looking for some pee. In fact, that same day, actually, yeah. That same day, this really fat dude came up to me. He was like eating some Twinkies or something, or like so he was eating some junk food. He's like, "Hey you!" He was saying that with his mouth full, and I was like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "What's the most? Which country consumes the most food, like by tons a year or something?" And I was like, and it was like this dude just came up to me and just threw this question at me. And I was like, I don't know. America? He's like, wrong! And he just like walked off. He's like, wrong! And he kept eating. And then he like walked in a bit. I was like, what? And then I'm like, wait a minute. What's the answer? He like turned back to me. He's like, China! China! And then just walked off. And I was like, okay. And like I went back after my shift. I went back to the coach. I was like, oh coach, there's some there's a lot of freaks out here today. And I was telling him, oh, what happened? He was, well, there's one fat guy came up to me and he was yelling at me, telling me what's like the most fattest country or whatever. And he's like, and I told him America, and the coach was like, what's wrong with you, man? You don't know that's China? And I like looked at this dude, and because like he keeps threatening that he has eyes everywhere, and he always knows. Like even if he sends me like 30 blocks down to go like hand off flyers in some neighborhood, he's like, I know what you're doing. I got eyes, and. And it sounds like an empty threat, but it's not. It's not an empty threat. I remember one time I was walking back. Shift was almost over. I think I had like 30 minutes. But I like to do. He's probably gonna hear it. I don't care. What I like to do is sometimes I like walk back when I run out of flyers. It's like I'll take my time, and that kills like about 10, 15 minutes. that's just to recharge because like I'm not an extrovert, so it's really exhausting having to stand there and talk sometimes for like 3 to 6 hours straight, so and try to be charitable, things that don't describe me. So I'm like walking back, and as I'm walking, I walked like a block, and this car just like comes like skidding to like it's like have you ever seen Ace Ventura? The way like friggin' Jim Carrey parks his car, it was pretty much like exactly like that. And I freaked the hell out. I was like, ah! And like the coach just pulls down the window. I was like, hey, where you going? And I was like freaked out. I was like, I'm gonna go get some flyers. He's like, I got some flyers right here. He gave me like a whole stack of flyers. He's like, all right, and I get back to work. And I was like, okay. Freaked me the hell out. I was like, holy crap! How long was that? It's as if he was like waiting around the corner, just watching me. And then. Man, I wish I wrote down some of these other stories. I know for a fact there were some freakier ones. There were ones that made me just straight up like, I'm not doing this. I'm going back. Sheesh. Of course, several people, like, not like attacking me, but like a play fight sort of thing. Like, they'll like, but it's not like an enjoyable experience. I'll be like handing out flyers and then just, someone will take a fighting stance and then like throw a punch, like just at my blind side and then like, gets me immediately like in a fighting mode, and they're like, I'll be like, you're too slow, or they're like, yeah, that's awesome, dude. I was like, dude, that's not funny. I could have wrecked you. And they're not like big dudes. They're just like dudes. They're like, I did boxing back in '86. Some old dude. He's like, I had to retire because on account of my knee. Yeah, I was a total pro. That's great. Don't. You should know if you were a pro, you'd know not to do that to people. Yeah. I'm only 12 minutes in. Holy crap! How do I do this? Okay. Well. Yeah. So I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm gonna. We got some questions. I am so out of my element. I guess I like with other people I can kind of bounce off jokes, but. I'm not. I'm not with other people. I didn't have like anything prepared. I didn't have a docket or anything. I just. I told Miguel and Kevin, it's like, oh boys, let's do a skit. And, I mean, I told Kevin's corpse. He's because of course he's dead, and they were like, yeah, sure, man. Sunday's great. Let's do. I love you. And then like Sunday rolls along, and I'm like, it's already 12. They should be here right now. And like Miguel's like. Oh, yeah, so unsurprisingly, I'm going to cancel. And I was like, you douchebag, And I was like, and then Kevin was like, I told Kevin, hey, Kevin, Miguel canceled. I was like, what? If Miguel canceled, then I'm canceling. I was like, yo. So I have them on block because I'm petty. All right, here are the questions. They're all stupid, but let's see. Okay. Why are you so lonely? That was sent by my good friend Ram Rush. What is your freaking pen name? So he's a writer. Ram Rush. I think that's his pen name. Stupid. It's not a real name. It's not a real name, you freak. Why am I so lonely? I am not lonely. I like being alone. I like being alone, but I don't like talking in front of a mic while I'm alone. Okay. I'm seriously out of my element. I'm sorry, guys. This is the worst podcast ever confirmed. Could be worse. Kevin could be here. I'm not reading that one. If you can only eat from one fast food place for the rest of your life, which would you choose? Taco Bell. Taco Bell. I love tacos. I love burritos. Burritos are life. If I have the chance, because like, all right, in New York, this is a weird thing with New York where like, if you walk, and I'm not kidding, this is not a joke. If you go to an intersection and walk like 5 to like 10 blocks in any direction, you will find a McDonald's. There is always a McDonald's around here. I don't eat McDonald's, so it's useless to me. Burger King is less. It's a bit more rare. I probably know of like 15 in the whole city. But they're around. Wendy's is about the same as Burger King. Not so frequent, but it's there. KFC and Popeyes, have mercy, all over the ghetto. There is, oh, have mercy. I can walk, I know 2 places within 5 minutes. I can get chicken. I know a place, no, not even, if we're just using chicken, I can get one right across the street. Screw it. Manhattan, not so much. Queens, yeah, Queens, you got that crown fried chicken or whatever. But Taco Bell. I know of, like, as a standalone Taco Bell, they just, like, not, like, paired with, like, Baskin Robbins or whatever the friggin', I don't know. I know of two in this entire city. So, that's Trump's fault. Clearly. That was a stupid question. But yeah, I love burritos with a passion. Tsundere versus Yandere. What kind of stupid question is that? Obviously, Tsundere all the way. What kind of cuck? Best hybrid object, like sporks or ligers. Sporks are freaking cool. I love sporks. They're the best. They're the best utensil. I really didn't appreciate sporks at all. I feel stupid. Kid me was like, I want a fork and a spoon. I was like, you idiot! You literally have both in the palm of your hands. I would 10 out of 10 punch me in the face if I ever went back in time. Immediately. Would not think about it once. I don't care if he's like 3 years old and then I'm like, go back. Right in the face. Which actually reminds me, recently in in my sociology class, we had this talk. We were talking about like sociology or whatever. We're talking about cultures and how things are seen as acceptable in different cultures. And my professor was saying that in her culture, when the girl has her first period, it's like this thing that they do where alright, so if the girl comes up and like, Daddy, I just had my first period, or like, Daddy, I'm bleeding from a weird spot. It's this custom where if they say that, you have to like slap them as hard as you can in the face. So imagine like your 12-year-old daughter, Daddy, I'm bleeding. Here's a Pam. Like, just imagine a 12-year-old just flying across the room, and then just like the dad being, Oy vey, muzzle top, or whatever. Like, you're a woman now, oy vey. But yeah, so she was explaining that's what they do. Like her mother just, well, not her mother, but mothers would just straight up backhand their daughters as soon as they said that and scar them. The intention was to scar them. But it's supposed to be like, so you don't forget the day you were a woman or something. You became a woman. And of course, the thought of a 12-year-old flying across the room made me burst out laughing. In a room of like maybe 40 students. So, and the professor's trying to get on, but I couldn't stop. The notion of some child getting slapped by a grown man at full force for something that like trivial, to me anyways, is the funniest thing. And then and no one was laughing. That's the best part. That's my favorite. But no one was laughing. They were just kind of staring at me. And the professor was like, "You were the serious one. How could you?" And I was like, "That's because it's freaking hilarious. I'm envisioning you getting slapped by your parents. This is the funniest thing. I'm sorry. Sue me." I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that if I become a parent. But I'm gonna do it to my son. My son's gonna come to me, Dad, my vagina's bleeding. Bah! Right across his face. Not even gonna see it coming. I'm gonna give him a right hook. He's not even gonna stop. Just a right hook. Hey, Daddy, now my nose and my vagina are bleeding. If you were killed and turned into taco meat, what toppings would you? What? Killed and turned into topping meats. What would you want the toppings to be? Oh, I would want to be an average taco. Not suspicious at all. What did you dream about last night? Gee whiz, that was a very lame dream. It was just me helping a friend move into this weird apartment. And the guy was like, "So you think you have what it takes to move into my apartment?" And I was like, that was like a weird little Karibo. Children's card games or whatever. So I told him. Then like my friend was like, "Oh well, whatever." And then like I wasn't really paying attention because these dudes had like a sick punching bag in the basement. I was like, "Oh, I want to hit the punching bag." So I went to go hit the punching bag. When I came back, they were like already like whatever. And then he was like, "We have this like interesting room where we have like this like a little library, like a room that's just like books and like a table for studying." And he's like, "What would you do with a room like that?" Because he's trying to figure out like if this kid's gonna throw parties in his basement or whatever. And then I was like, I was like, I just kind of jumped in. Are you, man? You don't even know, man. This girl's the most studious girl I know. And I was just acting like a diva. I was like, boy, you don't even know. This girl one time studied till 5 a.m. for a test that was at 6 a.m. And like, I don't know. The guy was like, yeah, I like your friend. Yeah, he's very charismatic. Yeah, I like that. All right, well, welcome to the whatever. And it was really the most stupid transaction. It wasn't even like, I didn't even, like, normally I would ask the serious questions. Like, if we're in a basement, how prone is it to flooding? You know, who's the landlord? Who's like the super of the building? Superintendent? Who's gonna like fix like, if there's flooding or, cause if you're in the basement, there's gonna be obviously most of the pipes are down there. But no, I chose to be a diva. Fabulous! I'm trying not to be too loud. I'm sorry. That was not my diva voice. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading as a woman now. If you read, whatever, this is the stupidest thing I've ever read, okay? Which fake sport do you like better, golf or bowling? Geez, if I had to pick a fake sport, it'd probably be handball. Okay, okay, I don't see any more questions. You guys suck. Alright. Okay, well, what do we do now? I wanted to sing a song. I wanted to sing a song with Kevin, but Kevin's not here. Kevin's a douche. Wow. Not even 21 minutes. I'm killing it. All right. What else? Oh, well, I had a few dad stories I wanted to save, but so yeah, most of the guys already know this. So, I have a weird relationship with my parents. Well, not my mother so much as my father. My father was like, I guess you can say my father didn't know how to be a real dad. Like, I'm not his first son. I'm like his like son. I'm like his third. I'm like his sixth child though. But like my father was a little with his children, so like he lived in DR and then basically ditched them and went to America. He brought them back and like, reunited and all that good stuff. He's like, oh, welcome to America, children. Go survive. The weakest will die first. No, that's pretty much how I went though. So, but my dad was, looking back, like, I thought when I was younger, man, he's a douche. But when, like, it's like, now it's like an endearing kind of douching. So, one time, my father came knocking at my house at midnight. So, we were already going to bed, and I was like 8 years old. And, like, my mother hates my father. Like, she's probably mellowed out now, but before she hated him. And, like, he came knocking on our door. And he doesn't live anywhere near us, mind you. He lives, like, I think from there like a mile or two away. Yeah, it's like a 20-minute walk. So yeah, he came knocking at our door, and when like my mother opened the door, and like he had this plastic bag, this black plastic bag, and I'm like, and she's like, oh, what are you doing here? And my father's like, I brought corn, and my mother was like, okay, you child, deal with him. I can't, and I was like, okay, what's going on? And then my father was like, I'm gonna cook corn, and we were like, why didn't you go home and prepare this corn? And it's clear that he didn't get this from any supermarket. This looked like, I don't I don't know where he got the corn from. It looked freshly picked though. That's why it was like, it couldn't have been from the supermarket. It wasn't like wrapped or anything. It was just like freshly picked. It still had like the little hairs that you had to remove. So like some of them were still a little unripe. And I was like, okay, so what's it like? I'm gonna cook it. And I'm like, all right. And my mother was like, all right, stay up and like wait till he finishes and then close the door because he doesn't have the keys. So I was like, all right, fine. It was like, I think 1 a.m. I think it was like why 1 a.m. The corn was done boiling. He starts eating his corn, all like jovial and whatnot. He's like, I got some corn. Like a typical Dominican, just eats everything with like glee. And then I was like, Dad, can I have some? And I was tired. I was like an 8-year-old up at 1 a.m. That was like unheard of for me. And my dad was like, what? What? No, you can't have some. Look what time it is. It's 1 a.m. Don't you, in fact, don't you have school tomorrow? Go to bed, go. And I was like, okay, Daddy, but Dad, when you like leave, wake me up, because Mommy said, Mother dearest said to close the door when you left. And my father was like, don't worry about it. You know I'm good for it, fam. Back before fam was a thing. So I was like, all right. So I went to close my eyes, blah, blah, blah. I woke up at like, I think 3 a.m.-ish. I woke up at 3 a.m. I like walked out. My father was gone. The corn was gone. I don't know if the pot was gone. I don't remember a pot. But the door was like wide open. So, and I don't mean open as in like, you probably, even if you didn't have the keys, you could have gotten away with like closing the door and making it look like it was locked. My father didn't do that. He left the front door wide open. I could see into the hallway. So it was like a really small apartment, like a one bedroom apartment. From the bedroom, you can basically look outside. So when I woke up, and I like slept with my mother and sister, so when I woke up, I could see the hallway, and he just left it as open as possible. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell? 8-year-old me was so pissed off. He's like, oh my, he comes at my house, he eats corn, and then just like bails. I don't know. Like, but back then I was super annoyed. But now it's like the fact that anyone would come to me at 1 a.m. with like, I got corn. That's like, that's an awesome. Uh, Man, I got like a few dad stories, but I don't want to like spoil them all. Yeah, because I wanted to share some with the rest of the guys. I've got no questions. Screw me. Let's talk about why I'm not a capable human being. All right. It's because my mom left me before I was born. I was breastfed by pigs. Let's talk about I want to have a. Let's talk to you guys. Let me ask you questions. All right. Okay. What do you think of Donald Trump? But not like he's a fascist. He's a xenophobe. No. Like what do you honestly think of it? Like, what's the deal with his hair? All right. He's like 70 years old. How much Botox do you think that old man's got? Like, I don't think that. Like, he looked like. Come on. He doesn't have like. I don't think he has 5 years. I think he's like on constant life support. Hillary's got Parkinson's. This was a really bad pick for this season, wasn't it? It was a really bad pick. Not that I really care. They were all pretty bad. Bernie Sanders was probably the most inoffensive, I think. Him and Ted Cruz, they were the most inoffensive. But holy hell, it's been a wild ride, huh? This has been a crazy year. I've seen everyone on every side just freaking the hell out. People rioting the streets. I still remember that. People were like afraid to express their opinions. Like what? I mean, New York is pretty blue, and I consider myself more like not independent. I don't give a crap, dude. I really don't. Like you can bomb me. You can bomb me right now. I don't care. I would say thank you. More daddy. Yeah, and I'm still really surprised to see how many people like make a big fuss over Trump. Like, the dude's an idiot. Come on, look at him. He's a freaking idiot. It's great. He's a genius when it comes to business, but he's like an idiot at everything else. It's like someone made a Sims, but they just like put all their stats to like some sort of only like financial like genius, and he sucks at everything else. But I'm already blacklisted. I haven't even uploaded this. I'm already blacklisted.
Mr. Trump, sir, we have a cuck here by the name of Joe Gay. Says you're an idiot.
I want him here. I want him here now. Get him across that wall. I never want to see him again. Oh, that big, beautiful wall. I'm still waiting for that big, beautiful wall. Gonna have bonfires with my brothers and sisters. I don't know. And the funny thing is, like, a wall is so, like, impractical. I've been, like, if you, like, I remember, I think it was his policy, like his site. He had, like, a site full of his policies. And, like, after he got elected, they changed the wall to, like, a double-layered fence. Because it's impractical to keep a wall there. You can't... The Border Patrol needs to see the other side. You need to have visual. But, like... And that makes sense to have a double-layered fence. I was like, okay, that's not... And, like, Trump was like, no, it's a wall. It's a wall. Trust me, I've worked in construction for many years. It'll be a beautiful wall. It'll be a great wall. You'll never see a wall like this in your life. Or whatever. I need to work on my Trump. Let's talk about Michelle Obama's penis. I mean, come on, dude. Come on. I've seen the articles. There's no way she doesn't have a penis. And while we're at it, let's talk about Barron Trump's vagina. Come on, dude. This isn't secret. If this is like news to you, you are really behind on the times. Michelle has had a penis. It's like, beat Caitlyn Jenner to it. I actually like. Here's a weird thing. A lot of people were like shaken up by like this Bruce, Caitlyn Jenner stuff. I didn't know who the hell Bruce was. I've never even heard of this dude. I met him as Caitlyn, so I was like, all right, Caitlyn. I never knew him as Bruce. So I guess for some I make, and that's a tribute to, that's a tricky topic because I get it. You know, I get that there's like a little difficulty. There's like some people can't accept it because it's like, where's my friend Bruce? He's been through thick and thin. Like, how can I just forget? I mean, to many people, it's like they're dying. So I get that. But at the same time, I mean, I really don't care. Maybe that's just me. What did Bruce do? What the hell did he do? What did Caitlyn do? Let me see. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Caitlyn Jenner, American TV show personality. American. This says Caitlyn Smith. Caitlyn Jenner. Is he supposed to be like? She's supposed to be like famous. Caitlyn Marie Jenner. Ooh, Marie's a nice name. Okay. 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 American TV personality and retired Olympic gold medal winning decathlete. Okay. I don't even know who you are. All right. Are you related to anyone famous? No. Is this like the Kardashians? Who the hell are the Kardashians, really? I really don't. I heard someone tell me that some dude that you're like related to did the OJ case or something, got a lot of money, got a lot of press. I still don't know. I can't recognize any of them. I don't know. Dude, I really don't care. I'm sorry. They're all useless to me. Speaking of which, let's talk about waifus. I'm jumping topics a lot. It's great. This shows how desperate I am. I love it. I'm embarrassing myself on the internet. Ugh, like nothing gets me off better. Yeah, man. And that's not like a joke. That's like a legit thing. I would say I identify as asexual. I mean, not like really. Like some minor attraction to women, but like really recently it's been like overshadowed by like disgust by humanity, really. And I was like, why? Well, we can like, when is Japan gonna perfect the waifu technology? And like, I want a moe little sister. Eh. No, but for real, okay. I want to talk. I also like, screw all that other stuff. Okay, we confirmed Michelle Obama has a penis. Great. Let's talk about this because this is really this is like an actual thing that's happening in Japan. Lots of dudes are like, I guess you can say, going to the dark side. They're not because they're like freaks, like the furries. They're like dudes that are like, oh, they're like really sensible dudes. Like, I've dated women. It's not for me. All I want is to hold hands with my pillow. And like, it's like a cultural phenomenon. And then like, their whole birth rates are like declining because like they realize that waifu is life. And I mean, I get it. Like, I get it. I'm not like I'm really throwing my neck out there. So like, because like, think of it like objectively. Because like, I used to like do a little writing here and there, and I do drawing and stuff. I do like creative mumbo jumbo. You can like really, and like, okay, I'm not a very sociable person either, so I don't really need the human touch. A lot of my friends are on the internet. If I need to meet up with someone, I meet up with someone. Like I've gone to Asia to meet up with friends or whatever on the internet. But I don't need it. I don't need that touch. So like, really, if you want like a perfect woman for me, I can sort of create. And I kind of like that a bit more. Like, I can create the perfect woman, perfect flaws and all this stuff. And like, and I don't know, that just sort of fulfills that urge. And I'm not like saying that like, oh, like women are trash. No, women are great, dude. Most of my friends are like women. And that's a huge contrast from like when I was in high school. But so I get it. And I've seen some people on the other side. It's like, that's freaky, dude. He faps to lines. Let's get him. I get it. I also get the sex doll thing. I mean, not really. I'm not really a sexual person in general. I'm not. My libido is at 0, almost like 90% of the time. And then like 10%, it's like, it's like a little twitch. But yeah. So like, it's not. I get it. It's not like unreasonable. And like, and I think maybe writers, if there are any writers that watch this, like, you probably get it. Like you can create the basically the perfect woman at any time, whether in your head, whether like in drawings. So really that visual, like whatever, and then I guess if you like do have like sex drive, you could just fap it, get yourself like a sex pillow or something, and, like get off with that. Maybe I get that, but so like, and I'm not saying that like all guys should like abandon 3D or whatever. The 3D is like worthless. Some dudes like a lot of people find happiness in that. I don't care either way. I'm perfectly fine dying alone. Some dudes are like I need waifus, man. I just need more waifus, man. I need a little sister, man. uh yeah. So I mean that's always, but it's always fun debating that. It's always fun because they're like dudes that actually take this to heart. Like it's like there are people that are like, no man, go to my waifu, dude. They'll like watch a series and then just think that, oh, if this like girl was real, she'd totally be like my waifu. We'd get married. We'd get married and like we like have a honeymoon on like, I don't know. It's a really weeb place. I can't think of a weeb. Oh man, I'm not weeb enough. I'm sorry. We'll go to the Hidden Leaf Village and like get married and like become Hokage. And like, there's some dudes that are really like that. And like, I'm not knocking your way of life or anything, but like, be reasonable. Like, don't get lost in the fantasy too hard, I suppose, because like, I've got like, first the one thing that came up to my mind, I had an argument I think about this recently, was Persona 5. Great waifus, great short-haired waifus. By the way, PSA, if you like long hair, you're filth. Short hair, supreme race. Lots of waifus there, but like at the same time, like I'm not gonna take like Makoto for example, and like be like, oh man, she totally loved me. Oh man, we and her would have so much passionate sex together. No, dude, she'd be disgusted by you in every sense of the word. I mean, and dude, she's pretty hot, but she's not that type of girl that's like going out looking to get laid. And like, it's fine if you have that fantasy in your, but like, come on, man, be reasonable. Like, because a lot of people, what happens is that they'll use like 3D waifus or whatever to like kind of hide away, like their insecurities. They'll be like, they have problems that like they just kind of suppress by like avoiding real women. And that I don't really like endorse. You should probably fix your problems. Just get it fixed, dude. Just turn it off and on again, dude. Where's my award for that original joke? That's meme culture in a nutshell. Yeah, but don't be like ashamed or whatever. If you're a furry, dude, be a furry. I mean, you're still gonna burn in hell, but whatever. And like, if you like long-haired girls, you're objectively wrong in every sense of the word. Yeah, I can't. Speaking of Persona, like, I just want to say Yukiko is trash. If you like Yukiko, if Yukiko's your waifu, you're objectively wrong. I can hear the guys moaning. The other guys are like, oh, dude, no, don't bring up the waifus. Oh no, here goes again with the Yukiko. I mean Pukiko, really. Wow, this sucks. What a horrible podcast. Oy vey. And now he's being anti-Semitic. So much dead air. So much dead air. I wish I had passions. School. Let me get back to the Brooklyn College thing. I like this school. All right. Where's that list? I have a huge list of complaints. I'm not the type of dude that like likes to complain about this stuff either. Really, I'm. How do I say this? Okay. So I'm not a fan of people that are like, I guess you can say that they find flaws and everything. Like the kids in high school where they're like, "Oh, miss, I hate school." Like they'll hate school for just like any minor inconvenience. I'm not. I prefer not to be that kind of person, anyways. Hold on. Okay, I prefer not to be that kind of person. I can't explain because I'm not really that kind of person that complains about these things. Um, if a school is bad, I normally look over it and like focus on the positives. But this school has an overwhelming amount of negatives, and the thing is that it's very, I guess you can say, petty negatives that kind of add up over time, like exponents. It just exponentially gets worse. I'm talking from like half of the bathrooms in this school not working to like no service. And like I had this one incident that blew my mind. It made me rage. I'm still upset about it. Um, so, and since this is the internet, I think y'all will relate. You'll relate to this better than I do. So I'm in the library, right? Just before, like 3 hours before class, whatever, you know. I got my laptop on me doing some editing, but I'm like, you know what would really help if I can connect to the internet, get some sound effects, you know. So I go up. I'm like trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, and like in my last school, it's pretty simple. Like you're taken to this like web page, you put in your information. You can only really log in one computer at a time, but that's fine. I don't care. So, and it was quick. And like I could save it on my browser. So like if I need to log in, boom, it's already there, done. It doesn't even take me like 15 seconds. This school, I connect to the Wi-Fi. They're like, you need to put your credentials in. And I'm like, okay, so what the hell are my credentials? Can't really check it on my phone because my phone's hot. Not my phone. The school's cell service is hot garbage. In the middle of a crowded area, because this is like near a mall, in the middle of a crowded area, just a little bit off to the side of this mall, there's like no service. So it's like, okay, so I go to the librarian, excuse me, how do I log in? And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, so they looked it up on their computer, because they ain't freaking hell, they ain't know either. And they're like, okay, here it is. You gotta put your Ample ID, and then you gotta put something like that. Then you gotta put like, oh, what the hell is it? No, it was, you put your birth date or something as your username, I don't know. And then your password was like half of this number and half of this other unrelated number. So it's like, okay, I put it in, and they're like, oh, you need to install something before you can connect to the Wi-Fi. And I'm like, okay, wait, what? And then like they looked it up online. It's like, oh yeah, okay, you see here? Okay, yeah, you need to download this program, and you need to install this program and run it. So then, like, next time you connect to the Wi-Fi, it'll, like, register or whatever. And I'm like, okay, then. So, how do I do that? It's like, well, first you need to go on this website, and you gotta do it. And I'm like, well, how am I gonna go on the website if I don't have the thing? And like, I don't know. It's like, wait, you're gonna need internet. I was like, so you're telling me I need internet to connect to the internet? And I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe, I don't know. They're like looking, where do I get this link? And then like they had the USB. It's like, oh wait, we have this program on the USB. And I was like, okay, so I installed it, and it still doesn't work. And like we call technical support, and they're like, oh yeah, a lot of students have been having trouble with that. Yeah, you kind of do need internet to connect to the internet here. But see, here's what we're gonna do. You just bring it into the lab, you bring it up to the tech lab, and we'll set it up for you. I'm like, sweet. When can I do that? I think, oh no, sorry. We're closed. We're closed now. I was like, what? How am I speaking to you if you're closed? It's like, no. That's our Wi-Fi. Our Wi-Fi support is closed. They're only opened. Was it Monday through Wednesday or something? And it was like Thursday. No, Monday through Thursday. And it was Thursday when I called them, and they were like, just come in Monday. I was like, no, screw you, you cuck. I need the internet now. I was like, well, I'm sorry, we can't help you. Just come in Monday. And I never went back. That it blew my, and like the librarian's like, sorry. She was such a sweetheart, bless her soul. She was just as like upset as I was. I was like, why did the kids need internet to connect to the internet? So if I didn't have Wi-Fi at home, how would I have like gotten access to the Wi-Fi at school? That doesn't make any sense. Like, what idiot came up with that? Let me see if I can find the other things I complained about. There was a lot of things. The gym is absolutely awful. If there are any gym rats, okay, I know there's some gym rats listening. All right. Envision this. Can you imagine a gym worse than Planet Fitness? I'll let you think about that for a minute. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? You imagine a gym so deprived that it doesn't even have a Smith machine? What kind of loser doesn't have a Smith machine? Seriously. I'm talking like as soon as I walk in, not a big gym. Not 90, like not 90, like 85% cardio machines. That's fine. So I'm like, so where are the weights? And they're like, oh, it's over there. And I like look, and it's this itty bitty little corner of the gym, like itty bitty little corner, had like 10 weights, and it goes 5 pounds. It goes, sorry, 3 pounds, 3 pounds, 5 pounds, another 5 pounds, 8 pounds. I think there were 10 pounds, and it jumps to 15. One pair of 15. Doesn't look anything like the rest, and that's it. And I'm like, hey buddy, hey buddy, where's it? Where are the rest of the weights? And he's like, the what? No, oh, I'm sorry, no, we only, this is the maximum weight we carry in this gym. It's like, 15 pounds is the maximum you have in dumbbells? He's like, well, yeah. So then where are your plates? Whatever, I'll curl some plates. He's like, no, we don't do plates here. I was like, what the hell? What? I was like, okay, fine. I'm like, I'm just trying to compromise because I desperately need to start working out again. I was like, all right, fine. I'll just use the lat pull downs, one of my favorites before I like stop going to the gym. Let me just start using the lat pull down. And I get there and there's no pin for the machine. I was like, well, what the hell? Where the hell's the freaking pin? What? And I look at the sign and it says, oh, if you want a pin, go to the front desk. I was like, all right, fine. I go to the front desk. I was like, excuse me, sir. Where's the friggin' pin? My lats are getting cold. And the guy's like, oh yeah, sorry. What was your name again? I was like, why do you need my? No, we give this like based on. Okay, so here's how it goes. The gym. All right, so when you want to use the gym, you have to go down to the locker room in the basement to have access to the locker room to get the key. You need to give them your ID. So you get your ID, you exchange it for a key. You go upstairs to the gym. In order to use the gym, you have to give them your key. Which I don't. Okay, you give him the key, so he has to like, what was your key number again? You have to remember the stupid key number, which is like arbitrary when you leave the locker room. Okay, and he like writes a star next to it, and he gives you like a pin if he has one. All right, just bring it back when you're done. Why do you need to remove it from there in the first place? What, were people stealing pins? Was that an issue? Were people stealing? Were people actually probably? It's probably something a gym rat would do. They would like steal pins and use it for their home. They're like, I don't know, home Smith machine because they're like cucks. I used it. It was that was actually like the lat pull down was probably the only decent thing. Everything else was like awful. It was like, oh my gosh, how do you call it? They charge people for this gym. They're old people that don't know what quality is. I was like, wow, dude. They're like, I'm not paying. I'm paying for the school. I'm like using grant money and my good grades because I'm a good boy. Oh ja, to pay for it. But I felt like I wanted my money back. Trying to find some other stuff so I can. Oh no, I've got a lot more. Yeah, it just hit me. Okay, one other issue. So this school has about 10,000 students, right? 10,000 students. That's my guesstimation. I'm guesstimating. At any moment, it probably has like, I think 5,000 students at any given moment. Nice and dandy. Okay, so why the hell in a school of like thousands of students does the lunchroom only have 2 microwaves? Can someone explain to me what? I go to the student center. In the student center, they have like 3 flat screen TVs. Each TV has its own different console to play with. And they let students play with their console. Why can you afford 3 consoles and not a friggin' like microwave? So why do I have to wait in a line of like 30 kids, each with like food they had to heat up for 2 minutes? Like, and what? Who came up? What? That doesn't make any. I have to wait 30 minutes to heat up my food for like another 5 minutes. Come on, dude. And like, luckily, like I've got connections to the school, so I know where to find a microwave. There's a mic. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but there is another microwave in the school, but it's hidden. It's in the basement somewhere. Just in case you're Brooklyn college students, I'm not telling you where it is because there's no line there. It's in a dingy basement. No one knows where it is. I know where it is. I have access to it. I'm not sharing that information. But who came up? What in the world? Bull! It's just, I don't know, dude. Who? who sees a line of students that extends for like ages and doesn't think, oh, well, Jenkins, well, gee whiz, maybe we should put another microwave. Maybe he's like licking some dogs behind. I don't know, dude. School is a lot more too. It's a lot more. Let me see if I can find the name of that. There's like this ongoing thing between students of the college where they got this Instagram called, I think, CUNY Brooklyn College, but it's like instead of Brooklyn, it's just broke. So broke, Brokelyn, I think. Brooklyn College. So it's like this Instagram full of nothing but pictures of like all of the destroyed like stuff. So I'm talking bathrooms, walls. I walked into a bathroom once and the toilet seat was split right in half. I don't even know how you accomplish that. How do you bust a toilet seat just right down the middle? I mean, I'll give them, they did replace that, but like I walked into another one where there was like poop smeared on the wall, and I guess that's not so much school's fault as much as the person that like smeared poop on the wall. But I mean, come on, dude. What the hell? Brooklyn College, what the hell are you doing? Get your I've been to the Bursar 3 times now and each time was because you guys messed up on my financial stuff, my like grants and financial aid and stuff. Each 3 times. I've got like, how much did I owe? Like 10,000. No, I owed I owed 1,000. Then I put in my grant money. The grant money was $3,000. Paid that off, no problem. So then why the hell? Like I don't get that. Why? And that's because like that's the money that goes to you to pay for most of my stuff. So why would you keep like removing it? Like if it's already settled, why do you keep going out of your way to like? Is it because you don't want to give me like the pocket change you get in exchange? Come on, dude, it's piss off. And every time I go there to resolve it, they're like, all right, so like the college mostly hires like students to do their bidding. So I get like people not knowing what to do because these are students. But I'll go there and they'll be like, hey, so why did you guys cut my money off this time? And they'll like, okay, what's your Apple ID? What's your name? What's your full name? Like typing on the laptop or the computer. They're looking at the screen, and then like every time, consistently, I've recorded them doing this too. I'm not gonna put it, of course, but they'll like look at the screen all confused, like, and like, what's going on? 1 second, sir. What? Stacy, can you come over here, please? What? And like, it's barely audible because like they use like the little intercom thing, so all I really hear is like this vague whispers within this background noise. Like, what? I don't know. Brittany, please stop touching. And they're like, 1 second, sir. And like one of them will like be in the back making a phone call or whatever. And like, I don't know. And then like, come back. Okay, so he said, put out what? And then like, I'll be standing there for a good like 5 minutes. And then like, okay, it's been resolved. And I'm like, okay, so what happened? No, it's been resolved. It was just a misunderstanding. No, last time I went, they said, no, we updated our systems and like the course definitions, so we weren't like, So like, to my understanding, the issue was that they updated the course definitions or something, so like, my full-time status was like at question for whatever reason. Only temporarily though, but like, in that split second where they were like, uncertain, like, some villain on some high chair was like, and just like shut off all my financial aid. So it was only like a day too. That's what they were saying. It was like they did it for like a day or whatever. But in that moment, they just took it upon themselves to just remove me of all my money. So and they're like, oh no, it was a misunderstanding. We've got it fixed. It's like, okay, so maybe fill me in. Like actually film. Don't just tell me, oh, it's been like I had to pry it out of her. Well, because she wasn't going to tell me. So, and again, I get it. They're students. They're not like full-time. They're not really full-time workers. They don't really know the ins and outs. But show a little professionalism, guys. My gosh, this is the 3rd time in like a month. Okay. Oh, whatever. I finally hit the 56 mark. And now I've timed this. Great. Now when I cut it down and I say 56 and you guys are like, but this is minute 30. I wish I were more interesting. Oh my. Oh, Michelle. Oh, no, Michelle. I've already decided on the name of this podcast. It's going to be Michelle, Penis Revealed, real. And it's gonna have that O face, not the ooh the emoji O face. It's gonna be called Zelda Hacks. It's gonna be the most clickbaity title I can think of. And it's not gonna be clickbait because let's come up with it right now. As a matter of fact, let's come up with the name. Michelle Barra Titties X Sparkle Face from Twilight Dash or whatever from My Little Pony. Real, uncensored, raw. Let's talk about bronies. I really wish I had an opinion on bronies. I don't really have an opinion on bronies. The few things I've seen from My Little Pony is sort of cool. I mean, they got like explosions and the power of friendship blowing up mountains or whatever. So I get it, but like, my gosh, there's a lot of grown dudes into that. Like watching anything is an effort for me. Like I don't know if anyone can relate. It's really exhausting for me to sit down for like an hour or like half an hour and just watch something. It's like and normally that's why I have to like binge watch stuff. And even when I binge watch it, I feel like absolute crap after. Like I really don't know how people can sit through like a 6-hour like marathon and like feel like that was great. I feel horrible. I feel like I wasted an entire day, which I definitely wouldn't have wasted it any better. I probably would have sat there and watched paint dry, which I have done. So it's no exaggeration when you say I'm a freak. Okay, so let's talk about plans for the future real quick. Let's talk about that. So like I said, we might have some few guest stars in the near future. Talking to a few people. Let's see, we also got some skits lined up. I just wish he had more time for editing. I mean, I'm not worried about like right now. I'm worried about this podcast and like a few other skits, but right now this is my priority. I handle editing this in between classes. I probably won't have to edit this too much. I'll have to screen it though. Wow, I am an uninteresting human being. All right, yeah, I'm done. All right, guys, we gotta end this podcast right with little beats. All right, am I right? Shut up. All right, let's do it. Go subscribe to Funny Powderfolds. Watch all our videos, then share it with your friends. YouTube, don't track me. I'm borrowing this melody for some chord play and shameless pandering.